Hello everyone and welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews video, and today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Hulk from the Super Skrull Build-A-Figure wave, or as she's more commonly known, She-Hulk. Here we have She-Hulk displayed in the front window with her additional accessories and her Build-A-Figure piece. On the side we do get some pretty cool artwork there with a fist up in the air, ready to strike at any second, and that is going to be the same artwork on both sides. On the back, we do have a product shot of the figure, as well as a quick read-up. Jennifer Walters struggles to control her anger and keeps the powerful Hulk at bay. Then we have all the other figures needed in this wave to complete the Super Skrull Build-A-Figure. Down at the bottom, we do have the UPC code, so you can check with your local retailer to see if they have this in stock. But enough about that, let's get this open and take a look at Hulk. And here is Hulk outside of her packaging, and I'm probably going to continue to use Hulk and She-Hulk interchangeably throughout this review, primarily because this incarnation of Hulk is based off her appearance in the 2017 11-issue run simply titled Hulk. This was after Civil War II, where she was put into a coma due to, I think it was a rocket shot by War Machine during a fight with Thanos, but she was put into a coma only to wake up and find that her cousin Bruce was dead, and she basically just took up the moniker of simply Hulk and just was kind of back in the world. And during that run is when she appeared like this, the Gray Hulk with even these markings on her, I assume the leftover battle wounds from her battle with Thanos. Now, this figure is so much inspired by that series that the variant cover for issue number 1 was a action figure variant, and you can see 100% why this figure looks the way it looks based on that cover. It is very much inspired by that, and I think that is actually very cool. Now, this figure does come with some accessories. We are going to get a pair of open gesture hands for both the left and right hand. And then inside the box, she does come with a pair of fisted hands already attached. And when standing straight up, this figure is coming in at 7 1/8 inches tall, which makes her 18.1 centimeters. So she's actually just a little bit shorter than Thing is, which means she's a very tall figure, which is actually very cool. Hulk should be a big figure, whether it be a She-Hulk or the regular Hulk. So I actually really appreciate that. But with that being said, the only other accessories that she came with were the Build-A-Figure pieces, and we already looked at the hands, so let's just jump in at the paint and sculpt here on Hulk. And getting up close here, I can honestly say as I'm posing this figure and looking at it more and more, I'm actually very impressed with it. It came out looking great. This head sculpt, I really do like it. The angry face is very undeniably an angry Hulk face. The eyes came out painted pretty decent. This one that you can see is a little bit low, it looks like, but it still came out looking good. The lips and the lipstick there and the teeth look like they are right on the mark, though, so no complaints there. And I love the flowing hair sculpt. I like when we get that with some of the female figures. It just kind of adds to the dynamic posing that we're going to potentially put them in. So figures like Hulk here and then X-23 that are some very battle-driven figures, I like that we get that look to it. It does hinder articulation a bit, which we'll go over in a moment, but I think it still looks really good, and I'm happy for it. One thing I do want to point out, though, and I'll need your help on this, mine has those little errors. I think they're errors. I'm almost 99% sure that those marks there on her chest, and I'm not talking about the green mark, I'm talking about those indents, and I have it on the back as well, are molding errors with the plastic. I will say it doesn't really detract from the figure. In fact, for a figure that's supposed to look like she's been in the heat of battle, it kind of makes it look like maybe those are scars or something like that. So I actually kind of like it. But let me know, does your figure have that, or is this a defect specific to my figure? I think it's a defect specific to my figure. But looking at the rest of the battle damage, so we do get this shirt that is molded and glued on there, so nope. But it is going to be glued on, and you have the holes throughout the shirt that really look good. I'm glad that it's a separate piece, not just an attempt at like painting on a little half top or something like that. So that looks really good. And then looking at the rest of the sculpt, I mean, they did a very good job with this sculpt. I really like how they did just the musculature and everything. Like, this is very realistic looking. I mean, I've seen enough superhero movies and stuff and fit women to know that this doesn't, to me, it doesn't look that exaggerated. It looks like a very much human anatomy. I mean, it might be a little bit thin, of course, but it still looks really good. Looking at the pants, I mean, we get some great sculpted texture on the pants themselves, and then you get the rips in them just exposing the gray underneath. And then, of course, we have all the little battle scars throughout. I mean, it looks really, really good. I like it a lot. And as I'm posing the figure, the stature on it, just her height, really makes this a very fun figure to have. And I should, we'll get a little close-up. I should get a close-up here. So there's the fists. We did not get any paint on the fingernails, so you do have some plain-looking hands there, which, I mean, it's not the end of the world to have painted fingernails. I don't know if they would have done, like, just a darker gray or what, but, yeah, they still look good. I like it. Now, looking at the articulation, so that hair does get in the way a bit if you're trying to go for certain poses, so like looking to the side and things like that will make it a bit difficult. However, she can look down quite a bit, but that hair's gonna stick out really weird looking, and because of that, she can't really look up much at all. So you can get some side-to-side poses, but you're not going to get a whole lot more out of it. It's actually a little loose, too. The arm is going to come up. Oh, yeah, that's going to come up quite a ways, actually. So you get very good range there on the shoulder. You get full rotation. You have a bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, but it actually does go a little bit beyond 90 degrees, so that's actually really good. There is no rotation at the elbow, though. You do have that single peg there. You do have rotation and a hinge on all the hands. She does have a diaphragm joint that can go back quite a ways, but you can see that the sculpt work does end. But going forward, that's about it. So it's not really much forward at all. You can go all the way around with it, though, and you get a little bit of side-to-side motion there as well. Don't have any kind of waist articulation, which is fine with the diaphragm joint there. Legs can actually come apart quite a ways. Kick forward, not bad. Backwards, not much at all. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees. And we do get a hinge with ankle pivot. And that is going to do it for this review, everyone. So overall, I think this is actually a very well done figure. I like the paint on it. I like the sculpt. The articulation for a figure like this is pretty good. The fact that we didn't get double jointed elbows is not terrible. And I guess I should have pointed this out. I just now noticed this. Yeah, we don't have any pegs on our arms. That's not the new pegless technology, I don't think. I'm pretty sure we've gotten pegless arms on females before, right? Because she's got the pegs on the legs. But even still, we get a good articulation at the elbow versus the classic female articulation. So I do really like this figure, and I think it does look good and sculpts well. One downside is she didn't really have a lot of battle scenes in that 2017 run, so I'm not really sure where I'm going to put her. I mean, obviously I don't have to be comic accurate. I can throw her in with the Avengers or whoever I want looking like this. But, you know, it'd be nice to have like an iconic scene to throw her with, I guess. That's all I'm saying. But I do think it's worth picking up this figure for sure. So if you can find her, pick her up. I think it'd be a good buy. But with that being said, as I mentioned, that is it for the review. Make sure to hit that thumbs up if you like this review. Subscribe for more content just like this. And as always, thanks for watching my video, and have a great day.